Hi everybody, I've put together this video to document our recent cruise from Norway back to the United States by way of Iceland, Greenland, and northern Canada. We hope it's going to be a fun show, and so sit back and let's take a look at the cruise from Bergen. Here we are in Bergen, right outside our hotel, taking a look around. Look at these gentlemen back here. I use the word judiciously. And as you can see, we're right on the water's edge back here. I don't know what the bells are all about, but they seem important. At the Egon restaurant in beautiful downtown Bergen. We had lunch here. You can see some of the folks still sitting there. This is an absolutely wonderful place to have lunch, right out in the open. Look at that, they even give you blankets to have your lunch with, even if it's a little cold. It is a little cool, it's in the 50s, but you know what? It's half the temperature it was back in Arizona, and we're absolutely loving it.
Get your stick out of our faces, or who you think you are. Put that away.
We actually do know him.
Okay, good. Yeah, it's okay.
Hi there.
Howdy.
How y'all?
We're doing pretty good. How about you?
Perfect. This is like one of the best parts of the trip so far.
Yeah, we're on a nice, quiet, smooth riding train. Have a coach all to ourselves.
I'm wondering now if even talking is allowed. It's so quiet in here.
Sure. I think saying on the phone's not allowed.
So what is that recording? Quiet?
Yeah, still quiet. What'd you think? Yeah, that's pretty cool. I know, it definitely. I would say that's a good word.
I didn't know that was happening, but some lady broke into English and pulled me over and showed me.
Well, Ray, how do you like this group?
I so much love you guys. You are awesome.
Well, okay.
Is it a camera?
Yeah, that's a video.
It's a video.
Yeah.
How do you like this group? What do you think? How do you like this group?
Well, they're the only ones that would go with me.
Okay. You had no choice.
No choice.
No choice.
Took a video of you taking a video.
I got a video of you taking a video.
I can watch it right now though on a large screen.
I can too. Hey guys, we found a Norwegian RV park. Look at this place. It's even got a trampoline.
It's got park models.
Park models, yeah, it's got cabins, or what do they call those?
Camper cabins.
Camper cabins. It's got a creek running through it, and look at this. A tiny little waterfall right next to it. Trisha, what do you think?
This is going to be a cold, fun trip.
Cold fun. Well, they got that snow room down there, you know? After 3 fun days in Norway, it was time to board the ship and start the cruise. We were supposed to spend the first night in Bergen, but due to an approaching storm, the captain decided to pull out early. He also decided to forego the Shetland and the Faroe Islands and proceed directly to Iceland and add 2 more stops there. Now, in addition to Reykjavik, we were first going to Akurey and then on to Ísafjörður. The reroute also took us inside the Arctic Circle, something that wasn't on the original plan, but something we liked a lot. Well, I never thought I'd be saying this, but here I am in Iceland, of all places. I'm in the beautiful city of, let me get it right here, Aquakut. I'm not sure. I'll get that down a little later. But anyway, it's cold. It's about 33 degrees, or perhaps 1 degree above freezing right now. And but it's nice. My coat is doing a good job. I'm here at the city center. This is a pretty small town. We're on the north coast of Iceland. We actually crossed over the Arctic Circle last night, and this is the farthest north we've ever been. After spending the day in Akurey, it was time to move on to Ísafjörður. We traveled overnight and there wasn't a lot to see. The seas weren't very rough, but we went to bed, and when we woke up in the morning, we looked out the window and all we saw were a bunch of rocks. But it turned out okay, and as you'll see in the next few clips, Ísafjörður was a cute little town. Well, here we are in Iceland again today. This is the town of Ísafjörður. I can't spell it, but this little town wasn't originally on our stop. Right now I'm sort of searching for a reason to get off the ship. So far, haven't really found one, but you know, we'll give it a fair shake. What the heck? I didn't mention before that it's about maybe 40 degrees out here, more like 38 if you ask me. It's not very warm. What does they say, 3 to 4 degrees Celsius? But anyway, I'm sure my friends back home in Arizona would be jealous, so there you go. Up here on the sun deck right now. I haven't seen a lot of people up here, just FYI. Not a lot going on. Oh yeah. And here's one of those crazy doors that says crew only on it. Oh my God, crew only. What the hell could be in here? Well, look, I can tell you, there's no lock on the door. This is it. What we're looking at here is a stairwell going down. So I guess it has a feature. This is basically an emergency escape. Well, this is our indoor pool. Actually, it's got the sliding roof arrangement here. I have to say, I have not seen one person in this pool since we've arrived. I suppose on some other cruise it might be a popular spot, but not here, not now. Hi there. Here's the back bar. Yes, indeed. There should never be any lack of places to have a drink around here, I think. Well, I'm just going to go back off onto the rear deck. And back here, as you can see, we've got yet another pool, another hot tub. Look at the steam coming off of that puppy. Interestingly, they call this the grill. It's an all-electric grill, in case you were wondering. Uh-oh, and there's one of the repairmen. I hope he's here to fix the coffee machine. Yes, we depend on that coffee machine. You know that.
Hi, sir. Good morning.
Good
Yeah,
morning.
don't worry. We're going to fix it for you.
Oh, excellent.
Good morning.
Good morning. Everyone's very friendly. And in fact, so much so that you wonder. I see someone.
Hi, let's go.
Where? Where are we going?
I'm going off on that great big town.
You're gonna venture into the unknown?
Yeah, Robert's got a 15-minute head start.
All right. Well,
Need more than that, maybe.
I guess we can go. Okay, well, here we are by definition, standing on a street corner in Iceland. Yes, it's Isofjordrur. That's the name of the town. Can you say it, Chris?
Isofjordrur.
Yes, Isofjordrur.
And this is my new friend that I just met.
Oh, who is this?
This is Mr. Izzo. The town was named after this fine gentleman.
If
Known for keeping the children warm in the wintertime.
known for scaring the shit out of them.
You have no idea how many mittens this man has sewn and weaved.
This guy looks like he's about to drop a mitten there.
He's one of the larger looms in town.
Oh, I see. Well, there's a resemblance, I will tell you that.
And don't forget who brought us here. Don't forget who brought us here. Our Viking friends.
I see. Well, this wasn't a regularly scheduled stop, shall we say.
No, this was a last minute stop. And that's why there's absolutely nothing to do here. Population of maybe what, 2,000?
Maybe. It reminds me of Port Wend.
But it does have one of the only grocery stores with fresh kangaroo meat.
Kangaroo meat.
It's hard to get that in Pahonix.
And they got people walking around with red umbrellas.
Everywhere. And apparently the yarn store is a popular stop.
Hopping. This is our typical dinner night. This is what dinner looks like on the ship. Some of our typical dinner guests. Everything about this has been first rate, I would have to say. Would you agree?
At least second and a half, if not first.
Okay, we'll go with that. Chris is too busy eating to answer the question.
I mean, the quality of this boat,
You know it.
the quality of this journey,
This experience.
this is a first class boat. It's nice to have 2,000 less passengers. I still like how 250 of us are going to fit in one lifeboat.
I don't either.
We're not planning on finding out.
Learn all
Food
the
is
words
good.
and his names and the cultures and stuff. Like I didn't watch
Not a lot of aggravation.
It's almost like everybody watched.
Go
No
with that.
children. Did we mention there was no children under 18 on this boat?
GOT.
Yeah, that's been a bonus for sure.
No casinos, so that makes half the people unhappy.
We didn't want to just started.
And at about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, everyone is napping.
It was on a You could not play games. You couldn't do anything.
And now it's time to sail to Reykjavik, another overnight trip where we slept for most of it. And it was pretty much uneventful, and we arrived the next morning to a real nice town, the capital of Iceland, and we're looking forward to a lot of fun, so let's get started.
about to go on a buggy ride in Reykjavik, Iceland, and I'm waiting for the very last moment to complete my ensemble.
And I'm gonna go with her.
Does he look like a Spartan?
It's gonna be Kristen Robbins riding in buggy.
No, I'm riding it. I'm not driving. Okay.
And we're gonna have a
And
blast.
this is our tour
He's our tour
guide.
guide. Oh, she's dressed in yellow.
There you go.
She's got the yellow.
Oh, sign of authority.
That's it.
Keep us safe.
There's no women in
If
Saudi
she's putting
Arabia
boots
wearing
on, now
yellow.
we're really in trouble.
What?
Okay.
Now we're getting money.
What's the sign of authority? There's no
Fred,
women
show-
drivers in Saudi Arabia.
Show them the bride thing over there that in Reykjavik, when people are going to get married, instead of going to Vegas and partying a week before the wedding, they come here and do what we're about to do. And they get to wear the tiara and the hair. Well, are you probably...
Well, can you believe it? We're putt-putt riding in Iceland. I mean, it's amazing. Did you ever think you'd be riding around in Iceland?
But the only ice that we've seen is up there.
Way up there on the top of the hills, yeah. Well, that's enough for me. I don't need to be any closer to appreciate it.
And apparently the only time you get to see a polar bear is if he floats in on a glacier, on an iceberg.
Well, we could get lucky, you know, and see something like that, but chances are we won't. Anyway, this is what it's like in Iceland, of all places. What do you say besides cheese? Boyga. Well, Reykjavik was fun, so now we're off to Greenland. Our first stop was supposed to have been Nanartalik, Greenland, but they canceled that again due to the weather. So instead we traveled down a long narrow ford called the Prince Christian Sound, very pretty and not unlike Alaska. And then off to the tiny Inuit fishing village of Qaqatok, which we found very entertaining. Here we are in the World Cafe.
You found us.
We did indeed.
We're looking out over Greenland.
Oh, look who's
They
here.
killed everybody with the Kool-Aid, where everybody had to drink it.
Jimmy Johnson.
Jim Jones.
Well, that's what it looks like on the pool deck. Everybody's sitting there with this blue
What is it?
drink.
Yesterday was
Vodka, blue Caraco, probably, and Sprite.
Are they giving it away?
Yes,
They are.
I haven't tasted it yet. But it does look like Jim Jones is out there making everybody drink the Kool-Aid. I don't know, there may be.
they drink the Kool-Aid willingly. Most of them.
So's everybody on the pool deck.
Most of them.
I see why. It's very good.
Is it good?
It's very good.
Apparently they have chicken
Look, my
wings.
hair stayed.
Chicken wings in the food.
I did what you said. I got.
Did you put it up? And
Yeah, I put it underneath those. Yeah, they got me.
You know, a program that I'm addicted to at home is out on Everest.
Is there a problem, sir?
No problem. No problem whatsoever.
Okay.
Oh, there's a problem right here, she says.
It's not as cold as I thought it was going to be. Well, dressed right.
This is the fine hotel behind us here.
I know. I mean, this is Kakatok's finest.
I just went hang on the stairwell. What's great about living here is the mothership Denmark subsidizes about 1/3 of every dollar spent.
Germany use them to with the good weather and good hunting.
Tiki Juroret. Juroret. I'm having. I mean, welcome is a universal thing.
You're no fun.
No, we're just coming to get you. We're just going to drag you out.
No, you just come
You
visit
don't
us.
have to.
Just come visit.
There's no place to go.
He just wants to make sure he's not going to drown.
Uh-oh, here's the fuzz.
I think I saw him on the boat today. I saw one on the boat today in the buffet line.
These people lay claim to the longest bar in South Greenland.
Ah.
Thousands of events in an international environment.
They appear to have stolen a logo.
Their walkway to their house.
Well, in case you're wondering, this is it. We're in Kakatok. I never thought it would be possible. But as it turns out, things happen when you're on a cruise. Kakatok, what do you think, Cheryl?
I
Is
think
it-
it's lovely.
It's lovely?
I like this little town. I'm not quite sure I could live here, but I do really like it.
Well,
I think the joke's on us. They put us here and told us it's a great place, and they know we're nuts.
we're taking a walking tour of Kakatok. I love saying Kakatok because it's just so unique. I mean, a word that has 3 Q's in it and no U's. Now we're going somewhere, right? This isn't just like the regular old house. Now here's a guy here
With an opinion.
who's bought in to the solar power thing.
I know what you mean. I shouldn't have put that extra thing. But I'm okay.
I know it's on Apple. So can you see the difference in wintertime? Slippery because of global warming. It's raining. I don't know raining when I was a kid. Now it's because of its effect of global warming. It's very different today.
Right here.
Tell us what you think of Kakatok.
Kakatok. It has a R in the name that you cannot hear. Kakatok.
Kakortok.
We're here on the west coast of Greenland, just bottom left-hand side.
Not a whole lot going on.
No snow on the ground around here, but 3/4, 80% of this island is snow and ice.
Well, that's it for Greenland, and now we're off to Newfoundland. And like the previous ports, the port that we originally intended to go to isn't available due to the weather. So they've rerouted us to the town of St. Anthony, a small fishing village on the north coast of Newfoundland. Let's check it out. Yeah. Probably right there, huh? Well, darling, how have you liked your cruise so far?
I've liked it darn well.
Oh, good.
We're
Me
on our
too.
way to Canada today, to Saguenay. And we're just waiting to get there.
We're almost there.
We're almost there. Leaves are changing. There's waterfalls all over the mountains. Water's not blue here. Not that aqua color that we've been seeing, but it's wet and cold. The leaves are changing. It's pretty. Calm, relaxing. Very nice.
Very nice.
Very nice.
Well, we stayed in St. Anthony just for the afternoon, had lunch there, and did a little bit of driving around in a taxi cab. That's where we got those airplane pictures. And now we're on to Saguenay, a town in French Quebec, which has a lot of history, and we're going to see a play there, very interesting play. Let's see how it goes. Welcome to Saguenay. Saguenay in Canada. Interesting looking place. Very clean. Notice the trees are changing.
Yeah, all right. They don't like me.
Welcome back.
Hello, gentlemen.
Welcome back, sir.
Thank
Good
you.
to see you. Welcome back.
Thank you. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Welcome back.
Thank you. Hello. Thank you. It's very nice of you. Thank you. Very nice. Thank you. Hi. Very nice. Hey, how are you? Well, that's it for Saguenay. Been there, done that, got the t-shirt. Now we're off to Quebec City, a place that promises to be one of the better sites in all of French Canada. And I think you're going to find that indeed it is quite a pretty place.
Okay.
You asked me yesterday what I thought about cruising. Ask me what I think about excursion tours.
You can edit us out if you want.
Oh, that's great. It looks very good.
I do like that.
Are you going to take a movie or a picture?
Well, it's a movie, yeah.
I
Yeah.
have nothing to say.
Oh, just your faces gracing it should be enough.
That's right.
That's so
Well,
sweet.
The three lovely ladies.
Wait, hold on, one more.
We are in Quebec on our umpteenth cruise with the lovely Noell.
And me too. He brought me too.
Speak up.
Okay, so you do that.
That was good.
Okay, dance. Oh, but there's no music.
There's no music.
There's no music. The music stopped, but I hear music all
Well, sadly, this is the last leg of our trip. We're going to sail tonight, and tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock, they're kicking us off the boat. We're headed to Montreal, a place where we've all been several times, but we've never seen it in this sort of a way. So it's been a great trip. We've had a hugely fun time, and I'll tell you what, I would recommend Viking ocean cruises to anyone. Yeah, it really is unbelievable. I'm sitting here minding my own business, and people come and stand right in front of me. Look at that.